Hello and welcome. This is alertwolf here, and I'm going to bring you another review that should be a lot of fun. This review I'm going to be doing is on Transformers Prime Season 2, Episode 21, entitled Alpha Omega. And just so you know, I'm going to do these back to back because I know this is from last week. And the next one I'll do right after this. So you'll get both episodes. And basically this episode starts off with the Decepticons in a little fear, a little terror. And, you know, they're debating what to do next, you know. And, they realize they have the Forge of Solus Prime, which is the giant hammer. And Megatron comes to the realization that it needs a hand of a Prime to operate. So then the next thing you know, we're back, and Optimus is getting that message from Alpha Trion, and in the message, Alpha Trion basically reveals what's going down, and that he's the one who sent obviously he sent all the artifacts to Earth, and it was his doing that he did it because of a prophecy in their book, in their version of the Bible, basically. And inside the prophecy, it didn't foretell who was going to win this battle, but it said Optimus was going to fight it on Earth, on a little planet in the middle of nowhere. So that's what goes down, and that's why he sent them. And then he reveals that the last 4 items are the most significant because they contain, they're the Omega Keys. And the Omega Keys have the ability to revive Cybertron. So this is a big deal. And so as they're all thinking of going back to Cybertron and reviving it, Megatron, however, is going to Cybertron now. And he heads there via the space bridge. He takes his lieutenant with him. Yeah, why am I blacking out on his name? Hold on, let's see if I remember it. It is, let's see. Using a little cheat sheet here. Oh, it's what's-his-face's brother, but, it doesn't matter, I'll remember his name in a minute. But, they go back, to the war-torn, homeland of theirs. And they end up finding a tomb containing a Prime in it. I think it's Solus Prime's tomb. They don't specify that it is or it isn't. They just say a Prime. I mean, his colors are similar to Hot Rod, or Rodimus Prime, but I doubt it's him. Because, he's supposed to come after Optimus. But, yeah, so he removes, he stabs and removes an arm, basically. A forearm belonging to a Prime. So Optimus is trying to decode the last 4 positions in the Icon database for the keys of for the Omega Keys. So as he's doing this, he figures out where one set is. He sends RC and Smokescreen to go get it. And it's in Egypt, in one of the, pyramids. At the same time, Megatron is having this forearm put onto him, belonging to a Prime, and he's pretty badass about it, because he could have been put under, and he's like, nah, I want to see it I want to witness this. So he has his arm removed while he's still awake, and that was a badass, moment. They don't show you much, but they show you the saw going and cutting off his arm. You know what I mean? So that was pretty cool. And then they find the key, you know, and as they're leaving, here, well, let's go back. So they attach the arm, and then, you know, he's able to wield the hammer, and he starts forging something out of dark energon. And then Soundwave walks in and lets him know that he's also translated the same location, and so now Megatron himself is going out there. And this is right when they find the key. So as RC and Smokescreen walk out, here comes Megatron wielding the dark Star Saber made of dark energon, and it's all purple and spiky and wild looking. It's pretty cool, and it seems to be just as powerful as the original Star Saber. So, you know, I wouldn't even call it a fight. An ass kicking takes place, and you know, he unleashes one of the wave attacks on them. They get hit, but not they don't get hit full blast with the thing, but it knocks them down. They get back up. And then Smokescreen starts shooting, going after Megatron. Megatron blocks. Then Megatron hits Smokescreen full blast with a Star Saber, with a dark Star Saber energy wave that just smacks him. And when he hits the pyramid, he turns to dust. And that's pretty cool, because at this point you see RC, her will is broken. Her will to fight is broken. She's been, you know, another partner dies under her watch. That's just one too many at this point. So Megatron, seeing this, is like, listen, I could pretty much cut you in half and kill you right now, but tell Optimus, and he throws the key at her, that if he wants this key back, come and face me. You know, Megatron's feeling very confident, very cocky, and this is a good part. And so she goes back and reports the death of Smokescreen. Prime has had enough. He's going in there to kick Megatron's ass. And then you know, Prime goes there, and you have one of the best fights since the first season throwdown at the end, or not at the end of the first season, but mid-season throwdown between Megatron and Prime. It's epic. It's so badass. You have Star Saber versus Star Saber. You know, you have Optimus throws an energy wave. Megatron cuts it in half. Then Megatron responds with an energy wave as his own. Optimus cuts it in half. And when the swords clash, it's like a big explosion of energy. And it looks like, you know, it looks better than a lightsaber battle. Let's put it like that. It looks very epic and very awesome, because they're fighting at night now. The sun is gone. And it's just glowing purple versus glowing blue. And, you know what I mean? It's great. But the fight seemingly, you know, and Prime is shocked, by the way, that, you know, Megatron has desecrated a grave and now has the right arm of a Prime. And so during the battle, it seemingly starts to go Megatron's way. And we get to the point where it looks like, you know, Megatron is getting some wounds in, but Prime isn't backing down. And then during the last clash of these two swords, the Star Saber breaks and the pieces evaporate, and it's over. You know, basically the battle's done. Megatron has won, and he's about to claim his prize and kill Prime. When out of nowhere, the big reveal for the episode is out of nowhere, Smokescreen comes out and starts shooting, and by surprise. So that took everybody by surprise. The Smokescreen was still alive. You know, and when they killed him off, I'm like, oh man, really? He's only been in the show for a few episodes. You know? And I thought it was kind of cool too, because sometimes they shock you with death in these shows. But yeah, so then that gives Prime the opportunity to get the upper hand and tackle Megatron. And then Megatron knocks Prime off of him, and then goes to finish them both off with a energy wave. But the energy wave passes, because Smokescreen jumps in front of Prime, passes right through him, because he had the I forget the name of the device, but the device that allows you to go through walls. And so then they escape via ground bridge, and Megatron's furious. He throws one last energy blast, and it just misses them. And now they're back in base. Prime comes out looking defeated. His sword's broken, and you wonder what happened. And if you were them. And then Smokescreen shows up, explains what happened and how he lived. And basically what happened to Smokescreen was, he had secretly taken the device with him, because he likes it. And when he was hit with that last energy blast, it forced the device into activation. I guess it's part of a way maybe to protect itself. And he went through the wall, but he was knocked out because he did take that blast. The brunt of that blast, basically, blunt range. He just took it all, and so he was knocked out. And when he woke up, he was watching this fight between these two titans, and he figured, And once again, by the way, another epic scene happens, and we have Smokescreen as basically speaking for the viewer, calling it what it is as epic. And I think that's pretty funny that that's becoming his role, to just say things that the audience are thinking. So that is pretty cool. And that's pretty much the episode. It ends with just Prime looking for the next location. Like that didn't even faze him. He's back to work because this is of the utmost importance. So. Alright, so that was the episode. Little thoughts on it. I think George Takei played the voice of Alpha Trion. Very cool. Once again, this show brings in the A voice actor talent. You know what I mean? The A-star list talent. Because it's such a good property. I mean, it's so well done. That people... I mean, hell, you had The Rock play Cliffjumper in the first episode in the pilot. I mean, this is that type of show. So what would I give this episode? I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. I'm gonna say this is another epic episode. This was excellent. If it wasn't for you had basically a couple of, again, the episode had just moments of greatness throughout the whole thing. The message from Alpha Trion, very great stuff there. Very momentous stuff, and then if you thought it was getting slow, they kill Smokescreen, right, bam, with the new Star Saber, Megatron gets a little revenge, because in the last one, his character, it was Prime doing all the epic stuff, and Megatron cowering in fear, whereas in this episode, Megatron gets to show off and gets a little revenge, and and when they killed Smokescreen, that was a shocking moment. I didn't see that coming. And they let you think he's dead for the rest of the episode until the end. So it was pretty good. And then the fight between the two of them wielding the Dark Star Saber and the Star Saber were incredible. It was a great fight. Great action sequence. And then the reveal that he didn't actually die and he was still around. I mean, some people might call it cheap. I mean, it was a little bit... I feel like the Star Saber got trolled. I'm gonna be honest. Like it just did. I knew from the previous episode that there was no way something else had to give, because there's no way Prime is gonna have such an advantage over Megatron for long. I knew that, And then when there were two of them, I was happy with the idea with two, and it kind of broke kind of easily. But the Forge is still there, and obviously if Megatron can use it to forge the Dark Star Saber, and Solus Prime used it to forge the Star Saber, then obviously Optimus Prime can use the thing to reforge the Star Saber. So it may not be the last time we see the thing on the show. What's scary is, Megatron said it was his first creation. I mean, technically, Megatron could keep busting out Star Sabers, or axes, or guns, or whatever else the hell he wants, because he's infusing it with the power of the Prime. So, that's cool enough as it is. So again, when you take all these things, and the pacing was pretty good, You know, the moment you start to feel a slight drag in the episode, which was as they were looking for the thing, Megatron kills Smokescreen, and it picks it right up. So the pacing was good. Was good, not great, but like I said, this episode, when you tie all these things together, it's great. So that's been my review on this. Click it up if you liked it. Comment if you must. Subscribe if you can. And this is Alert Wolf signing off.